Hey everyone, Ryan Casey here for the Michigan Association of Secondary School Principals, and I'm excited to be bringing you this month's Tech Bite, which is going to be dedicated to a select group of people out there, and I'm going to be talking to all of those who have yet to get on Twitter, because we are going to be covering Twitter basics today. Even if you're already on Twitter using that, if you can share this video tutorial with some people who have yet to check it out, in just a few minutes, I'm going to take the time to explain to you all the basics of Twitter. What are all the symbols? What does it mean? How does it work? But then I'm going to show you how really easy, fast, and efficient it is to use to advance your own learning. Because you can use Twitter in some really remarkable ways to expand your PLN and to even use it for PD. So it's not that scary. Give me a few minutes of your time. We're going to go through this tutorial, and I'm going to do my best to get all of you who have yet to try it back on Twitter. So let's get started. Okay, so the basic premise of Twitter is for an area for people to engage in one another and have a conversation and share out important information or opinions, links, images, articles, whatever it is that they want to share. And they do that by sending tweets. So that is the name we use in Twitter. You are sending tweets, similar to a post in Facebook, if you will. And you can see right here on my screen, this is what's called my Twitter feed. So this is where all those different tweets roll through of the different people or organizations that I follow. And I tend to follow a lot of things related to education, obviously, and educators from across the state, ed tech enthusiasts, state policymakers. I actually get a lot of my news and breaking news from Twitter as well. I follow the Free Press, the Associated Press, AP, organizations like that, even magazines. I do follow some fun stuff with ESPN and sports and the Detroit Lions. So all those things show up in my Twitter feed. At any time, if you want to find some people to follow, you can just search for them up here. Twitter will even recommend other people to consider following as well. And it's really easy if you're worried about seeing inappropriate stuff or fluff, things that aren't important. You can take a look at the types of items that people actually post before you choose to follow them. You can even see who other people you have in common with and that you follow, who are they following. So it's a good way to kind of control your network, if you will, if you're worried about kind of too much stuff that you don't want to follow getting into your feed. You really can control that for the most part. Otherwise, things as they get posted within seconds you can see will show up on your feed. It's really simple to even share out and send a tweet yourself. So here we go. I'm going to say, hey, at MASSP, I'm recording a Tech Bite on Twitter right now. Can't wait to share it with everyone. So you'll notice that I just mentioned MASSP, which is somebody I follow, of course, right in my tweet. And I did that by using the @ symbol. Okay, this is what's called their Twitter handle. And this is how you kind of identify it's like their username, if you will. That's how you identify people. And you can actually tag them right in your tweet, meaning that they will get notified saying, hey, somebody's talking about you or talking to you. I can, from there, also add a photo, an animated GIF. I can take a poll, and I can hit tweet. And now it's going to show up on the Twitter feed of everybody who follows me. You'll also see that on tweets you have a couple different buttons down here you can press. You can choose to direct message somebody. You can share a tweet with somebody else, similar to like instant messenger, if you will. I can like, which means I'm just basically saying, hey, this is pretty cool, or I think this is important. I can retweet it, meaning that I will then share it out from my Twitter account so others can see it. Or I can reply, which is basically responding to the person who posted the tweet. You can add to a conversation this way. You can make a comment, ask a question, that sort of thing. So what's really cool about Twitter, though, is based on how people interact with tweets, you will see more things showing up in your feed. So for example, let me scroll through here for a second. If I can find a good example. Okay. So here's one. So this person sent a tweet out. I don't follow this person, but I do follow Chris Wygant, who liked this tweet. And so I am seeing it because he liked it. So if somebody retweets something out, you may not follow that organization that originally sent the tweet, but that is kind of how your Twitter feed can expand if you want it to, and how you can come across new organizations, new threads, new people to really expand your network. And that is probably the best part about Twitter, in my opinion. So that is your Twitter feed. That is how you follow people. That's how you send tweets, and just enough to get going and start expanding your network. So one other big part of Twitter is the idea of using what's called a hashtag, which is the pound sign, the number sign that you've probably seen before at some point. Another cool thing about Twitter, besides just specifically mentioning somebody and tagging somebody based on their Twitter handle, you can actually join a conversation by using a hashtag. So you'll see as I scroll through some of these different people, as they are writing a tweet, they throw in with the little pound sign, right, hashtag. They'll have some sort of word, phrase, and there's millions of different hashtags that are available. And what happens is anytime somebody else uses that hashtag, all those tweets will be pooled together. And you can kind of see a conversation happening sometimes. Here's another one here. Celebrate Ed. Here's another one for Mish Ed. Hacked leadership. And you can see that all of those different tweets, besides just going in my feed or whoever's following the person sending it, and that's how you really get introduced to other people as well. If you see on the main screen of Twitter over on the left, it'll show what's trending. If you've heard that term before, that's how many people are tweeting using a certain hashtag. So if we take a look at National STEM Day, for example, anybody that uses the hashtag National STEM Day, it will show up in here. And so there are a ton of different Twitter chats that occur. There's a ton of different education chats specifically, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. And this is, again, a great way to be part of a conversation, to learn about new things or to engage in others. But so how can we use Twitter for learning, for growing our PLN, for professional development? Well, first of all, I'm going to put on your screen right now some really popular people, organizations that you would want to consider following. And I'm going to try and organize this, if I can, related to education, maybe our state government, news sources, even maybe some ed tech stuff up there. So I'm going to put that on your screen to check out. So those would be good ones. If you're just getting on Twitter, try and follow a handful of those, plus obviously anybody that's locally in your building, school, district that you would want to follow. It's a great way to get started on getting connected to information that's relevant. And as I mentioned earlier, another powerful method to advance your learning is to join a Twitter chat. And so I'm going to pull up a Google spreadsheet, and this is going to list all of the different Twitter chats that occur related to education. Notice it has information about the group, the hashtag you're supposed to follow, the date, the time if you want to join it live. What's cool about a lot of Twitter chats is you can actually join within the time frame and interact with people in real time as they post and answer questions and comments. But you can also just check in with it later in the week if you want to see what the discussion was that occurred. I'm going to also put the link on your screen, so then you will actually see this list yourself and can check it out, or you can share this list with others. So if you're trying to get your teachers or other administrators on board, this is a great resource to use to find things that are relevant to you. You should be able to find a group for principals, for different subject area teachers, and other groups, even down to not just nationally, but within our state or region. So this is very powerful, very beneficial, and it can absolutely help you grow your PLN. Well, I hope this tutorial was helpful and maybe shedding away some of those fears you had about getting on Twitter. If you need more help, you can check out the resources that are on your screen right now. I can say from experience that Twitter has exponentially increased my PLN, and on a much larger scale has get me connected with people all over the place, not just the state, but even on a national level. I really do like it so much better than Facebook. There are things out there you'll see that come across on Twitter that are silly, stupid, even offensive, but you really can try and limit that based on choosing who you want to follow. So you really do have better control of that. So I think you're going to find it beneficial. I think it's useful. Please share this out with others so we can get more people on and we can start interacting to improve education across the state. Again, if you can take a minute to fill out that Google survey form for me about what you thought of this Tech Bite, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to follow MASSP, that's at MASSP. I am at RCAYCE. We're both on Twitter. Follow us. We'll follow each other. Check it out. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching.